You're watching DeerTech TV. Welcome to DeerTech TV. Hunting whitetails in the back 40 presents its own set of obstacles. From learning the buck trails, finding out where the local food and water sources are, and trying to identify the bedding areas. A successful hunt in the fall is usually the end result of a lot of time and sweat equity. Now, hunting deer within city limits, that's a whole new battlefield. At the DeerTech headquarters, Brad Rux has a plan to turn the neighboring 1-acre AG field into a whitetail convenience store that hopefully will result in the whole staff getting to enjoy some backstraps this fall.
Welcome to DeerTech. Today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to me, and that's food plot, especially food plot strategy. You know, here at the office, we're in the city limits, but we got a nice, it was a half acre. I leased the other half acre out from the farmer. So now we probably got about an acre, acre and a quarter. You know, in the past, we had planted up tall tine tubers in it. Did the deer come to it? Yeah, but it's mostly nighttime activity. I mean, they got a scrape tree out there. We had the blind kind of tucked into the brush. The problem with it is the deer would eat on the lower side and really never give you a shot until it was after hours. So you have to come up with a strategy. What do? You know, do you just give up on that plot? Well, no. I mean, it's city limits, right? There's going to be some big deer, especially if we can get a good food source in there that's not hammered. The big thing is you need security. So you want those deer to feel comfortable. Deer can have, you know, like if one thing in their senses, say they hear the cars, you know, that's one trigger. So, but they're probably not going to be negatively affected by that. But when they come out to that food plot and they see all that activity, plus the sound, now they're overwired. They're probably going to just lay back on the end of the field and not really come into it. So what we're going to take Whitetail Institute's Conceal. Which is basically a product that grows taller foliage. So we're going to put it along our parking lot. We're going to go along the road, and then we're going to do the other side of the whole field. So basically we're making, you know, 3 ends of a box. What's this going to do? The deer are not going to see any of that kind of movement. They're going to come into that field, and once they're there, they're going to feel secure in that place. So that should give us a great opportunity. All right, it's planting day. I was out earlier this week and we worked this all up. I brought my tractor all the way from home, which took forever to get it here, but the field looks perfect. I mean, it's tilled, it's kind of soft. Hopefully it's gonna rain. And now you can really see why we need a product like Conceal. I mean, we got a parking lot on one side, we got a parking lot on the other side, we got a road out in front of this field with cars going by. It's not a busy road, but literally the deer do not feel real safe coming into this field until after dark. We want them to feel safe before it's dark so that we can have the opportunity to hunt them. Conceal's one of the products that can grow up to 8 feet. There's multiple products and it kind of gets like a layered look into it, so it's going to grow real thick. And my plan is to plant it all along the side of the parking lot, alongside of the road, and alongside of the other parking lot on the other side to kind of make a U that's going to protect it. We already know the deer come right out of the woods, either past this little island right in front or on the other side. And I just want to create that natural little funnel so that they slip into the middle of this field. It should be a perfect plan. Time will tell, but it is time to get the seed in the ground. it comes to trail cameras, one of the things that you really got to think about is flash versus black flash versus red infrared. And in my experience, it really depends on the deer. Some deer are not familiar with a flash camera, and if they get their picture taken, I'll never forget this. I was sitting in a tree stand watching, one of the main trails. It's just getting dark. I'm starting to pack up, and I watched a buck go past one of my trail cameras. Back in the day, it was only flash cameras, and literally when he got his picture taken, he turned inside out. Just literally just ran like you would not believe. Now, that deer I'd never seen before. Minutes before that, I'd seen another buck come down, literally stand in the scrape, paw it out, get the flash right in his face, continue to scrape, and walked right past it. So I think there's two types of deer. One is the high pressure deer that's not familiar with that area, that's gonna freak out at anything. And the second one is that deer that probably lives there all of his life. He's been getting those photos taken ever since he's been a fawn. When it comes to those pressure deer or any deer, I don't want to take the chance of spooking any of them, because let's face it, that deer that spooked could have been a booner, and now he's off my place. So I'm going to go with invisible flash because it's the way to go. I'm not going to spook any whitetails. Check it out from my good friend Tom Rainey.
Hey everybody, Tom Rainey here with Browning Trail Cameras, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the Dark Ops HD Max Plus Trail Camera, new for 2021. Now, just like the Strike Force cameras, the Dark Ops cameras are part of our Sub-Micro series. Those cameras are smaller and only require 6 AA batteries to perform in the field. The primary difference is that Dark Ops cameras are equipped with an invisible infrared flash, while our Strike Force cameras have that low glow infrared flash. As for the Dark Ops HD Max Plus Trail Camera, new for 2021, this camera is capable of capturing up to 20 megapixel images and has adjustable trigger speed settings that range from 0.135 seconds to 0.7 seconds. This camera is also equipped with 0.5 second recovery times and can record up to 900p HD videos with sound. There's an adjustable flash on this camera as well that ranges out up to 80 feet in the long range setting, and you can also reach out to 60 feet in the economy setting. This camera also has an adjustable detection range that ranges up to 80 feet, and as always, you get long battery life with your Browning Trail cameras, and in this instance, it only requires 6 AA batteries. Now, the last new feature for 2021 is that the battery meter can read not only alkaline batteries, but rechargeable or lithium batteries. And as always, there are several features that come on Browning Trail cameras that you'll be happy to use that will increase your performance in the field. Things like our multi-shot images, rapid-fire images, IllumiSmart technology, even the innovative Time Plus camera mode with our triggered images. This camera also can perform with up to a 512 gigabyte SDXC memory card. And last but not least, there's a 12-volt external power jack to make it easier to connect to our Browning Trail camera solar panels. Once again, this is the Dark Ops HD Max Plus Trail Camera, new for 2021.
Oklahoma is home to some of the best whitetail hunting in the nation, especially when the rut is rocking. For Dustin, it's a new experience to hunt in the Midwest. For Jordan, he's right at home in his Oklahoma roots.
Here at the Chain Ranch, great place. First time in Oklahoma. I was super excited to be here. As a land manager and a property manager back home in the state of Maryland, I spent a lot of time managing deer, but they don't get as big as they do out here in Oklahoma. And I was excited to come to the Midwest and just see what it was all about. You know, there's a lot of flat ground, a lot of squares, a lot of agriculture, and a lot of great people. And that was something that really attracted me to this area as soon as I landed and touched down.
Dustin, nice to finally meet you. You ready?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you ready for a good week?
I am. I'm looking forward to this.
Dude, I saw
first time here.
I saw bucks chasing does driving up here.
On the way in?
Yeah, they're on the ditches too, sides of the ditches, so they're running.
Okay, cool. I look forward to that then.
Should be a good week. We came to the Chain Ranch in Northwest Oklahoma because I've been working with Burris, and they're coming out with this new bow sight, and we wanted to put it to the test. I'm an Okie, born and raised, and I said, guys, you got to get here during the rut. Deer are going to move. You're going to have a good chance at a nice deer at Chain Ranch. We've been here in the past. We've always successfully harvested numerous big deer in deer camp here. So I called up my buddies in the industry, and we booked them plane tickets, so we got them down here, and we just had an awesome week in deer camp testing out the new Burris Oracle.
Our first morning, yeah, we had a couple does come in. One came in just before shooting light, so we watched her for a little bit. If that doe comes back and offers me a shot, being that we have a doe tag and a buck tag, I'll take the shot. She came back about 20 minutes later, had plenty of legal shooting light, not the best camera light, but I was overly excited. I was very excited to get to test out this bow sight, and that doe came in, and I was just as excited to shoot that doe as I was a 150-inch buck. It was a little far back. It was a marginal shot, but I've killed a lot of deer in my life, and I was pretty confident that we'd be able to find that deer, and we did, and it was pretty neat.
Given the shot, I mean, coming out of the blind like that, I'm normally in a stand, or I'm kind of hunting from the ground, but it looks like maybe it got a little bit along the liver, but it's not too bad, huh? Great. This was cool.
That night we came back and we did have a buck come in, and just at last light, it was real dark, but I think maybe we might have had a minute or two left of camera light. He offered us a little bit of a show, and unfortunately we had to pass on that deer.
So we're at Chain Ranch in northwestern Oklahoma during the peak of the rut in November. It's been great. We have the privilege of testing out the new Burris Oracle laser range-finding bow sight. You push a button, it calculates the range. It has a drop compensating pin built in. It's a really incredible bow sight. I think it's really pushing the envelope in the bow industry and what bow sights can do. We left a little later than we wanted to, but we still got out there pretty early. We were in the blind by around 3 o'clock. Plenty of time for deer to come in, and they did just that. We had does coming in from every direction. As soon as we got out there, We sat that same spot this morning and it was doe alley. I tell you what, we had 11 does and 1 button buck on our spot before the sun even came up. They were cruising everywhere. We had them coming from the north, south, east, and west. We thought we were gonna see a buck early on, but we got out of there. We knew we needed to come back there tonight. So Abby and I were in the blind tonight, hoping that Mr. Big Buck was gonna walk through, but a doe walked through and gave me a perfect shot at 26 yards. I really didn't want to pass her up because honestly, I gotta fill my freezer. Just got a doe. That's awesome. My freezer's empty. I needed her big time. Bird's Oracle worked perfect. I was super thrilled. My family lives off doe meat. We live off venison, and it was great. I'm super, super happy about it.